Capitals, Canucks. We all remember this game because it was a total shit show for Canucks fans. Okay, let me first start by saying that I live in beautiful British Columbia. I was born and raised here. It is truly one of the most amazing, if not the most amazing, places on earth. And being a local here, I obviously know quite a few Canucks fans. Of course, most of you only call yourselves a fan when the team is winning, but that's beside the point. Canucks fans are my family, my friends, my neighbors, my co-workers. My mom is a lifelong Canucks fan. I love my mother to death. I've even dated a few Canucks fans in the past, and they were all, of course, lovely people. But I do love my mother. So the point is, Canucks fans, that anything I'm about to say isn't personal, so please don't loot my store and light me on fire. Okay, here we go. Game recap. Canucks fans, good for you. You won a regular season game in October, and you know we understand if you don't want to talk about the 72 games that come after this one, because as all of us intelligent, realistic, not high on that phenomenal Vancouver weed folk know, this was definitely the high point, no pun intended, of the season, and most likely the high point of the entire decade for you. So you know what? Enjoy it. Live it up. Drink it down. All of that Marilyn Monroe bullshit, and don't let any of us mean schoolyard bully Caps fans tell you that you aren't important or that you don't matter, because you do matter, big guy. And this was your Stanley Cup. Don't try and tell me that it wasn't, because I was at this game and you all were acting like it's the Stanley Cup. So you know what? It's the Stanley Cup. So take it home, celebrate, share it with your friends and family during a hometown visit. Drink champagne from it, eat hot dogs or burgers or newborn babies or balls of lard out of it if you're also a Phil Kessel fan for some reason. You might want to get checked for that, because it's the Cup, right? And beating the back-to-back President's Trophy winners in a regular season game in October is probably the closest thing you're going to feel to that in a long time. So enjoy it, Canucks fans. All right, here you go. Here's a cookie. And now I just have to address something else here, because while all of us Caps fans are flattered that you think highly, again, no pun intended, puff puff, enough of our team that a win against us in the regular season is cause for your media to write 157 articles on the subject. And seriously, just now, downtown Vancouver, I swear that I just saw a hot air balloon go by, trailing one of those banners with the text, and the caption read proudly, "Vancouver Canucks! We beat the Washington Capitals that one time on October 26th. Next, I think they're going to enlist a couple of fighter jets to write it in the sky and smoke. And so, like I say, while we are flattered, is there really a need to get so cocky over one regular season game? I'd like to tell you all a tale of my experience as a Washington Capitals fan inside of Rogers Arena the other night, in which I was cussed at, screamed at, berated, and insulted, beginning before the puck even dropped. And you know, my favorite thing about Canucks fans, and it always has been, is that they have no shame, like literally no shame. Justin Bieber has more shame than these people, and a perfect example is, I'm sitting there in the 8th row the other night, and this lovely, eloquent individual wearing a Todd Bertuzzi jersey, again, that should have probably been my first clue that this guy was going to be an asshole, starts yelling at me from across the aisle about how the Caps can't win a cup. I'm sorry, sir, but did you accidentally purchase the wrong jersey at the jersey store? You're really a Chicago Blackhawks fan, right? Because you can't possibly be a Vancouver Canucks fan yelling at me about my team's lack of a Stanley Cup. When was the last time the Canucks won the Cup? Do you remember? Yeah, me neither. But then again, memory loss tends to happen when something never happened ever. And oh, excuse me, sir, but do you mind pointing out to me the Stanley Cup banner hanging up here in Rogers Arena? Because of the strangest thing, I can't seem to find anyone in here. Not even one. Anywhere in here. Unless I somehow missed it and the banner's just hiding somewhere. Or maybe it's out for cleaning along with Todd Bertuzzi's conscience. Hey! Did the Canucks win one? Did I miss it? No? No, they didn't win one? Oh. I'm just so confused because you all were chirping my team so hard. I thought that surely, I must have missed a Canucks Stanley Cup somewhere along the line, no? But no? Are you sure? I'm not missing any Canucks Stanley Cups, past, present, or future. Are you sure? Okay. Looks like I'm not missing anything, except for maybe an Oscar for that sarcastic performance. Anyways, it's not important. Oscars aren't important. Stanley Cups aren't important, because what matters, Canucks fans, is that you won a regular season game in October. Do they have parades for that? Anyways, all I'm saying is that yes, the Caps do always choke in the playoffs. No sane Caps fan would ever deny this. And here's the kicker. Canucks fans, you're going to want to pay attention to this. At least we give ourselves the opportunity to choke by actually getting to the playoffs in the first place. Because, you know, that's the funny thing about choking, is you have to be good enough to actually, how should I say this, have some level of expectations before you can choke. Which, as we know, the Caps and their fans have always been good at. But that is the thing, is that you have to be good before you can choke. And we all know that the only expectation that the Canucks have had of themselves for the last few years is winning the draft lottery. And they can't even do that right. Look, all I'm saying is I'd much rather win President's trophies and lose in the second round rather than have a miserable existence for 82 games every year and then dragging myself to the golf course on April 10th, finishing 29th out of 30 teams, and then somehow not even picking in the top 3 of the draft. I mean, what is that? As I believe it was Galileo who once said, it must suck to suck, and the Canucks are better at it than anybody. Anyways, sorry Canucks fans, but that's your 15 minutes of fame, and we are moving on, because us Caps fans have more important things to do and more important things to talk about. So here we go, moving on to the Caps' next game. Against actual opponent, the Edmonton Oilers, featuring actual superstar youngster Connor McDavid. What can the Caps do to sort of clean up their game a little bit and to try and at least hold the fort until some of our regulars start making their way back from injuries? Oh, who are we kidding? St. Nick's back. We're going to be fine. Go Caps. Thanks for listening, guys. Until next time.